Hi there. Welcome to Storytime with Momma Grace. Thanks for coming back to our home. I love to read to you. Papa Joe is here too, and he is taking care of the camera for me. So we love to do this together to read you some stories. I hope you're doing well and that you've had a good week or however long it's been since you last joined us. Today, we're going to read another couple stories from this book, Frog and Toad All Year by Arnold Lobel. So today we're going to read a story. It's a summertime story, and it's called Ice Cream. Okay, you ready? Okay, let's go. Let's get started. Ice cream. One hot summer day, Frog and Toad sat by the pond. I wish we had some ice cream, some sweet, cold ice cream, said Frog. What a good idea, said Toad. Wait right here, Frog. I'll be back soon. Toad went to the store and he bought 2 big ice cream cones. Toad licked one of the cones. Frog likes chocolate best, said Toad, and so do I. Toad walked along the path. A large, soft drop of chocolate ice cream slipped down his arm. This ice cream is melting in the sun, said Toad. Toad walked faster. Many drops of melting ice cream flew through the air. They fell down on Toad's head. I must hurry back to Frog, he cried. More and more of the ice cream was melting. It dripped down on Toad's jacket. It splattered on his pants and on his feet. Where's the path? Cried Toad. I cannot see. Look at him. He's a mess. Frog sat by the pond waiting for Toad. A mouse ran by. I just saw something awful, cried the mouse. It was big and brown. Something covered with sticks and leaves is moving this way, cried a squirrel. Here comes a thing with horns, shouted a rabbit. Run for your life. What can it be? Wondered Frog. Frog hid behind a rock. He saw the thing coming. It was big and brown. It was covered with sticks and leaves, and it had 2 horns. Frog, cried the thing. Where are you? Good heavens, said Frog. That thing is Toad. Toad fell into the pond. He sank to the bottom and came up again. Drat, said Toad. All of our sweet cold ice cream is washed away. Never mind, said Frog. I know what we can do. Frog and Toad quickly ran back to the store. Then they sat in the shade of a large tree and ate their chocolate ice cream cones together. Isn't that a cute story? I like that one. All right. Are you ready for the next story? Next one's called The Surprise. And this is a story that takes place in autumn, in the fall. All right. The Surprise. It was October. The leaves had fallen off the trees. They were lying on the ground. I will go to Toad's house, said Frog. I will rake all the leaves that have fallen on his lawn. Toad will be surprised. Frog took a rake out of the garden shed. Toad looked out of his window. These messy leaves have covered everything, said Toad. He took a rake out of the closet. I will run over to Frog's house. I will rake all of his leaves, and Frog will be very pleased. Frog ran through the woods so that Toad would not see him, and Toad ran through the high grass so Frog would not see him. Frog came to Toad's house. He looked in the window. Good, said Frog. Toad is out. He will never know who raked his leaves. Toad got to Frog's window. He looked in the window. Good, said Toad. Frog's not home. He will never guess who raked his leaves. Frog worked hard. He raked the leaves into a pile. Soon Toad's lawn was clean. Frog picked up his rake and started home. Toad pushed and pulled on the rake. He raked the leaves into a pile. Soon there was not a single leaf in Frog's front yard. Toad took his rake and started home. A wind came. It blew across the land. The pile of leaves that Frog had raked for Toad blew everywhere, and the pile of leaves that Toad had raked for Frog blew everywhere. When Frog got home, he said, "Oh, tomorrow I'll clean up the leaves that are all over my own lawn." How surprised Toad must be right now. Well, when Toad got home, he said, "Tomorrow I'll get to work and rake all of my own leaves." How surprised Frog must be. That night, Frog and Toad were both happy when they each turned out the light and went to bed. Isn't that a fun story? That story's a lot of fun because they did something for each other and it made them really happy, even though they didn't even realize that the wind blew it all right back where it was in the first place. Didn't matter, they still went to sleep happy because they love each other and they wanted to do something for each other. Isn't that nice? All right. I kind of want to do one more story. What do you think? You up for that? Let's do one more story because it's the last one in the book. Okay? All right. Buckle up. Get ready. Here we go. Okay, this one takes place at Christmas Eve. Okay, Christmas Eve. Get in the Christmas spirit. Can you get in the Christmas spirit for this story? Okay, try. Even if it's warm out. On Christmas Eve, Toad cooked a big dinner and he decorated the tree. "Frog is late," said Toad. Toad looked at his clock and then he remembered it was broken. The hands of the clock didn't move. Toad opened the front door and he looked out into the night. Frog was not there. "I'm worried," said Toad. "What if something terrible has happened?" said Toad. "What if Frog has fallen into a deep hole and cannot get out? I will never see him again." Toad opened the door once more. Frog was not on the path. "What if Frog is lost in the woods?" said Toad. "What if he's cold and wet and hungry? What if Frog's being chased by a big animal with many sharp teeth? What if he's being eaten up?" cried Toad. "My friend and I will never have another Christmas together." Toad found some rope in the cellar. "I will pull Frog out of the hole with this," said Toad. Toad found a lantern in the attic. "Frog will see this light. I will show him the way out of the woods," said Toad. Toad found a frying pan in the kitchen. "I will hit that big animal with this," said Toad. "All of his teeth will fall out." "Frog, do not worry," cried Toad. "I'm coming to help you." Toad ran out of his house. There was Frog. "Hello, Toad," said. "I'm very sorry to be late. I was wrapping your present." "You're not at the bottom of a hole?" asked Toad. "No," said Frog. "You're not lost in the woods?" asked Toad. "No," said Frog. "You're not being eaten by a big animal?" asked Toad. "No," said Frog, "not at all." "Oh, Frog," said Toad, "I'm so glad to be spending Christmas with you." Toad opened his present from Frog. It was a beautiful new clock. The two friends sat by the fire. The hands of the clock moved to show the hours of a Merry Christmas Eve. Isn't that nice? Oh, I love Frog and Toad. They just make me happy. So I hope you enjoyed that story, or all those stories of summer, fall, and winter with Frog and Toad, and with Momma Grace and Papa Joe. So I hope you have a good day. Take care of yourself. Remember that we love you. And we hope you come and join us again soon. So goodbye, but just for now.